Today we're going to talk about and show you the soil scan from Yield 360, and we're going to go through a soil test and show you the procedure and what all it takes and what it comes with and the results with it. So basically the lab's inside of this case, which is portable. You can throw it in the back of your pickup or a razor, or something like that, and transport it around. But once you're ready to set it up, you can leave it right inside of here. But for today in the office, we're going to go ahead and take it out of the case, and I'll show you what comes in the case and how this all works. So we're going to have a roll of paper towels, and this is just for cleaning the sensor. The lab works with distilled water, and so there's a tank on the back here that we fill up with distilled water, but the only supplies you really need is some distilled water and paper towels. So we already have distilled water in our tank here, and you see that good with the light behind us? Now there's two power options. You can plug it in with 12-volt power into a cigarette lighter, or 110, and just whatever cord we're going to use for that, you plug in the back of the machine. And then after that, you're going to download the 360 Soil Lab off of onto an iPad. So this is an app, and the iPad itself is wireless connection, but we can plug it in to charge while we're doing the test. Now there is a tray for your iPad, but today I think for the light we're going to set it down here on the table so that we can show you a little bit how this works. So we're going to push on the iPad to test another sample, and it says to put 2 scoops of soil into a new cup. So we're going to use the measuring device that it comes with, and we've already pulled our soil sample. So we're going to put two of these into a cup. Okay, now we're going to put this into the mixing chamber, and this is where it puts the distilled water in and mixes the soil into a slurry. So it's in the chamber, and all we're going to do is push on the mix, and it's going to start putting the distilled water into the cup and stirring and mixing that slurry into the cup. So meanwhile, we can name and put a destination where the soil sample came from. So you can put your latitude, longitude, or if you're out in the field, you can push on that button and it'll record where that soil sample came from. So we're going to put a little information in telling it, the soil depth that we took this at, a little bit of notes that, there was a 6 to 8 inch wheat growth when we took this sample. So we're just going to let that go ahead and mix. So we just got done with the mixing part of this sample, and that took probably 90 seconds to mix that into a slurry. And it said the next step is to start analysis. Okay, so if you come over here, this inside of here is actually the sensor for nitrogen. So what we're testing for right now is nitrogen, and that's the only thing that's available in the soil lab right now. Here within a few months, we expect some more sensors available. Use the same soil lab, but put in a different sensor to test for like pH or phosphorus. So basically, there's a little bottle that we'll have distilled water in, and that'll always be on that sensor. So when it's in storage, that is immersed into distilled water. So we're going to take it out of the mixing chamber, and we're going to put it into the sensing chamber. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the app, and we're going to push start reading. And this is reading parts per million of nitrogen. So what I've noticed is it'll say 3% and all of a sudden it'll be done. It's looking like it's not changing from the 10 parts per million. I expect any second now that this sample will be complete. There it is. And so that is completed now, and we can come back to all of our results and go back to look at them later. You know, we can pull them back up and look at them and compare from, you know, as growth stages change and things. So, and then we can also export them out. But that's how simple it is. Just a matter of a few minutes, and you have your nitrogen soil sample taken. So now that our sample is taken, we're just going to remove that soil there, and we're going to clean this sensor with distilled water. So that's where our paper towels come in and a little squirt bottle, and we're just going to clean that so we don't have any soil on it. And then we'll go ahead and put it back into this little bottle where we'll store it in until we use it again.